Hello, Pisces. Welcome to your reading for the end of September, September 21st to the end of the month, the season finale of September 2025. This is for Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising. We're going to jump right in. This is a big week, big 2 weeks. It's the end of eclipse season, but also the dawn of a new era. How dramatic was that? It is your big moment. This is going to be, look at what's happening. Look at what's happening. You're moving into this brand new era. And I'm going to tell you, what I'm going to say is going to blow your mind. So just know your life is about to radically change. Radically change. You just came out of that lunar eclipse in your sign. All the outer planets are retrograde. They're all asking you to go within, but also to reflect on the past 2 years of your life. This is a big review that you're coming up on. It's going to feel like deja vu from the first half of the year, okay? And remember, the prism portal is still in place, ushering you into this new world. And this new world, you just get a rocket ship of this whoosh. On your path, on Sunday, September 21st, you have the new moon partial solar eclipse in Virgo at 29 degrees, 4 p.m., my time, Eastern Standard Time. As you know, eclipses are game changers. They're 100 times the power of a new moon, and they bring enormous change to put you on the path that you need to be on, okay? And notice I said the path that you need to be on. So they can, whether you like it or not, they're going to put you on a path that you need to be on, that sometimes you recognize, you know, maybe a month later, maybe 2 weeks later. Yeah, I get it now. And remember, their cycles, okay? So it's a 6-month cycle. The Virgo rules your 7th house. It's your opposite sign, right? The eclipses, the nodal activations, it's all on the Pisces Virgo axis this year. So what does that mean? This is really big for partnerships, relationships, contracts as well, love, marriage, all of that. There's something really big happening here for you, Pisces, okay? Something really big. And this is actually one of the most loaded, but also the most complex eclipses that I've seen in years. So let me break it down in bullet points. 1, it's 29 degrees, a critical anaretic degree. That's a culmination point. That's a graduation. Okay. You're coming to the end. It's also the South Node in Virgo, right? So something's got to go for something new to come in. And therein lies the irony of this eclipse. It is a new moon solar eclipse. So once again, this eclipse is requiring both out with the old, in with the new. What I've been talking about for a really long time now, it is here concentrated in just the first few days, especially with this eclipse alone. Something fresh, this new chapter, a door opening for you, something waiting to be born. This is a rebirth, okay? And you're going to see a lot of themes of that in the first few days, all right? Number 2, by the way, you already got a glimpse of what may be happening for you with the new moon in Virgo at 0 degrees on August 22nd. That was building things up to this moment. Remember, Virgo energy is also daily routines. It's also work. It's your lifestyle. It's health matters as well. So there's something that's already brewing for you. And a lot of it you're going to see now. Okay. 3, Saturn, who is life lessons, is back in your sign. Saturn is in your sign as of September 1st. Therefore, the sun and the moon, this eclipse that's in Virgo, will be opposite Saturn in your sign at 29 degrees. It's an opposition. Saturn is here. He's wearing the full suit. It's fitted. He's got his aviators on. He's wearing the good boots. He got them at Macy's. You get it, okay? He's going to be an authority now, and he's going to make you go through change his way. And when I say authority, you can take it literally, okay? It could be you, yeah? You could feel that you are being an authority in a relationship, partnership. This is in your Saturn's in your sign. Yeah. You could feel that, and oppositions, remember any of the, you can use these aspects. You may be becoming an authority. Yeah. You may be becoming, I don't know, you just got handed the role of a CEO. Okay. Of, the banana company. And now you got to take on these new responsibilities, and, Saturn requires discipline. So many things can play out, but remember, Saturn is also the, when I say authority, it could be like a boss. It could be a father. It could be a father figure. any of that is very possible here, where they just may be a little, we're not seeing eye to eye, but let's make this work, okay? Let's make this work. Remember, this eclipse is on the karmic node of fate. Saturn is karma. There's a karmic lesson here for you, all right? As part of your growth. Remember, you pass Saturn's test, he rewards you. Yeah? So whatever comes up this time, should something come up this time, and the likelihood of it being something within you, because Saturn is in your sign, know that it's Libra season. We're about to move into peace, harmony, all of that, okay? Because it can be a little bit of Saturn being a wall that you have to break down, okay? 4, you have to release. And we're talking old patterns, habits, systems, structures, Blackberries, your Friendster profile, anything that doesn't serve you well anymore, all right? Your ham radio, whatever it is, you got to it's got to go. No ifs, ands, buts, none of that, all right? This eclipse on the South Node in Virgo, Saturn at 29 degrees Pisces, the very last degree of the very last sign, non-negotiable. There's endings here, okay? Non-negotiable for your new beginning. Remember, the prison portal is still in place too, okay? 5, remember what I said last week. It applies here to every single planet other than Jupiter between 29 and 2 degrees at this point, either sitting on or passing through the 0 degree point, the point of reset, 0 degrees. So you see the big theme of reset, rebirth, like brand new, yeah? Don't forget, Venus is in Virgo, your 7th house. Okay, so there's truly some partnership, contract, money, energy happening for you with this eclipse. All right, you are on your path to enlightenment, your karmic journey. This is a rocket ship of an eclipse for you. It's actually really, really good. It's just Saturn happens to be yeah, so you got to work with that. You got to take inspired action. To take inspired action, by the way, you have to care about the direction you want to go and how you're going to contribute to the collective, because Virgo is all about service to others. And to be of service to others, it starts with you and self-love and being kind to yourself, because I've talked about this. The South Node in Virgo, those lower expressions, which can be self-critical, hypercritical. It can be perfectionist energy, just being really hard on you when it comes to relationships, when it comes to partnerships or business partners, when it comes to love and marriage, all of that. All right. So don't be hard on yourself. Now, who is going to feel this eclipse the most? If you're a cross watcher, if you watch for your rising or your moon, or for your, best friend, Tabitha, or your husband, Craig. Mutable signs, that would be Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, and Pisces, are going to feel this eclipse the most. Now, if you know your natal chart, if you know your birth chart, if you have any planets, and it does not matter which planet it is, if you have any planets between 27 to 1 degree in either Virgo or Pisces, because remember, Saturn is there sitting right across, right? Like, just stare down. You're going to feel it, because if you have any planets there, it would thereby conjunct Saturn. You would feel it about it. Like, it's the same thing with the sun and the moon here, okay? 29 degrees. For instance, I am an Aquarius, Gemini rising, and Virgo moon at 29 degrees, meaning this new moon, partial solar eclipse in Virgo at 29 degrees is right on my moon, opposite Saturn. I will let you know how it goes. And I also did an astro course last week, astro charting, where I tell you what eclipses, what new moons, what full moons, which ones will have the most impact on you based on your natal chart, your birth chart, for the rest of the year, for next year, for any time in that course on Great Awakener, which, yes, by the way, thank you so much for all who have joined. And the founder member sale, where you get 50 to 75% off for all these amazing things, that hypnotherapist that's starting in a day, 2 days, 3 days from now, all of that is included. So, and it comes out to like 40 cents a day. It's all in the description box. Now, And thank you, everyone who has signed up. Now, here's the other thing. Literally 12 hours after the eclipse, Monday, September 22nd, you have Mars moving to Scorpio until November 4th. Mars rules Scorpio. This is his home. He's not been here for 2 years. He's excited. He's going straight to the bar, in the den, his man cave. So Mars and Scorpio, very interesting for you because that's your 9th house. So this is really great. 9th house is spirituality. It's the house of God. It's, inner wisdom. Think of like ancient philosophers, right? It's the house of philosophy, your perspective, right? Your perspective on things. But it is also publishing, broadcasting, podcasts, like, hey, Mars in Scorpio, and travel, by the way, and education. A lot of you are going to be teaching, by the way. Okay, great. Or going back to school. But here's the thing. Mars in Scorpio, buckle up. That's intense. And it's that good intensity, as in determination and ambition and passion. That's Mars cranked up. It's been 2 years. It's like Homer coming home. And so you're going to feel all of that, okay? All of that really cranked up energy, especially with relationships and intimacy and investments and gaining power, all through this very spiritual lens. Just spiritual lens, all in the name of becoming wiser, yeah? Because it is your 9th house. And as part of your transformation. So again, I would not be surprised if y'all do go on some big trips. And I did say in your monthly forecast, you're going to feel driven with Mars and Scorpio like you never have in years. It's great. However, and we'll talk about this more in your next forecast, Mars and Scorpio can be a little Arya Stark, little John Wick. Yeah. Never forgets. Yeah. And so, and like no mercy, obsessions, things like that. So use Mars and Scorpio wisely. All right. Always a higher frequency. Now, literally 12 hours after that, 3 p.m. my time, we move into Libra season. So welcome to the equinox. Happy fall and happy spring in the Southern Hemisphere. This is the equinox, equal day and night, right? Hence equinox, equilibrium, hence Libra. Yeah. Balance. Focus on balance. The next 4 weeks, huge. Okay. Emotional balance, spiritual, moral, ethical. That's Libra energy. You got this. Now, for the next 4 weeks, Libra rules your 8th house. This is going to be a big deal because you've got Mars in Scorpio. Mars rules Scorpio. He's at home. Scorpio rules the 8th house. So you have a little bit of an overlap here. 8th house is death and rebirth. Everything that's happening here, remember, reset, rebirth. And now you have it for the next 4 weeks. Transformation. That's the 8th house. Partnership building, wealth building. That's the 8th house. You got things to do. You got things to do. All right. So really love this for you. You will see a really big shift in partnerships and relationships and, marriage and love and contracts and peace and harmony. Okay. That is Libra energy. But you will have a lot of focus in these areas of your life with a little bit of intensity with Mars and Scorpio. All right. So next 4 weeks, really great. Just don't hold grudges. All right. Libra is all about diplomacy and justice. So bear that in mind because you do see Mars square Pluto happening. Yeah. Mars at this point, so happy to be home. He's on his 3rd Zima. He's getting there. All right. He's getting there. So you're going to start feeling Mars square Pluto at this point. All right. Doesn't perfect until this point, but you will start feeling it. So anyway, this, as you can see, the first 2 days, a huge cluster fax machine of concentrated energy right off the bat. And the equinox, get this, Pisces, the equinox is always represented the beginning and end of a harvest, right? You go back to ancient times. Everything is cyclical. You know that. So this is happening at the same time that Mars is in Scorpio. Mars in Scorpio represents death and rebirth, as I told you. So you have all these planets hovering or passing through the 0 degree point of reset, of new beginnings. The equinox representing endings and the beginnings. You have the eclipse that's at 29 degrees and on the south node, and it's a new moon solar eclipse, so endings, new beginnings, and Mars in Scorpio representing death and rebirth, and Libra season in your 8th house of death and rebirth. So do you see how you are going to, roll out the red carpet for your new life right now, okay? Because the other thing, did you catch it? I hope you caught it. You tell me. All of these points of time, and aspects are happening all within 24 hours of each other, each 12 hours apart. Yeah? And remember, the equinox is equal day, equal night. That's 12 hours each. Yeah? So do you see the pattern? You see it? 12 is a big deal here. 12 in numerology is harmony, sure, but it's also completion. It cycles. It's cosmic order. So this is truly, truly a big rebirth moment for every sign. But the fact that your Libra season energy in your 8th house for the next 4 weeks, that's a big deal because you will have Mars here too. Mars in Scorpio. Okay. So please, FTLOG, do not resist change. Change is only constant in this world, and you're going to go through change. It's non-negotiable. Yeah. So stay true to your authentic self while you create this new reality. Now, Tuesday, September 23rd, the sun in Libra will be opposite Neptune in Aries. Remember, the sun is still opposite Saturn, or the oppositions. You're going to feel it like days before, days after. But the sun is also going to trine Uranus and Pluto, which is absolutely amazing. So this is what's going to happen for you, Pisces. Let's start with the sun opposite Neptune. Neptune is your modern ruler, right? So this is easy. Are you being real with yourself? Okay? That's it. That's all. Neptune can bring a little bit of that deception, that illusion, fantasy. Neptune is retrograde. So there is a little bit of like, hey, the things that are happening in your life, the circumstances that are happening in your life, are you only seeing the good and not the full picture? So you've got to be real with yourself. Yeah. Those reality checks, even with Saturn involved here. Saturn is reality as well. So be honest with yourself, tap into your spiritual warrior. And a lot of this is going to have to do with relationships. How far you want to go with the relationships. Again, it can be love. It can be, partnerships in business. It can be your, just one-on-one. Okay. And money. Money's a big thing here, a big factor here. Neptune is in Aries. So you see what's happening here, right? You have the sun in Libra in your 8th house of wealth building, investments, inheritance, taxes, bonuses, royalties, joint bank accounts. Opposite Neptune in Aries, that rules your 2nd house of salary, earned income, finances. Are you real with yourself about money and finances and making money and investing and saving and all of that? Okay? Just be real. The sun trine Uranus in Gemini and Pluto at Aquarius. Amazing. We have another grand air trine. Okay. Last week it was Mercury. Now it's the sun. Soul, life force, energy. Okay. Literally, this is happening 24 hours after the equinox. Exact. So this is big. This is huge. This is kind of a really big deal for you because y'all have been going through a lot of home and family stuff. There could have been some unexpected moments and surprises. A lot of y'all moved and still going to. You're still going to. This is part of your transformation because a sun in Libra, your 8th house of death and rebirth and transformation, regeneration is involved. And it's all the air signs, right? So there's an element of networking, of being social, of communicating, of even just processing things here. Okay. Uranus is still trine Pluto. That's part of the prism portal. Remember that. And so that is innovation. That's revolution, evolution, transformation, communication. And it is definitely going to have to do something with home and family. Okay. Just FYI. And the foundations of your life. So that includes like significant other. It includes, your roots, like your home, your parents, grandparents, or all of that. Realtors, home buying, landlord, things like that. But these are trines. They're, they have the nature of Jupiter. They're in your favor. So this is really great. However, Pluto, if you saw last week's reading, Pluto is out of bounds. Pluto is outside. It's ecliptic. What does that mean? He's a little wild. All right. How rare is this? Super. It's not going to happen for thousands of years. Okay. So just think of a kid with a bottle of chocolate syrup. That's Pluto right now. He's unsupervised and he's going to do things. All right. Pluto is in your 12th house. Pluto in Aquarius, that's your 12th house. That's your home. Okay. You natively rule the 12th house. Boundless, no borders, no boundaries. It's very, nebulous. So this is a lot to do with healing, spirituality, intuition, the subconscious. Pluto likes to go deep. Pluto is very psychological. So there may be something here as part of this grand air trine where you really are going on a really deep level in terms of changes that you want to have, because it's still transformation at the end of the day. And Pluto and Uranus, so Uranus and Gemini trine, Pluto and Aquarius, right? That's part of the prism portal. Yeah. The once a lifetime. We've never experienced this as human beings. That's happening right now. Even though that would be considered like in the background, they're the headline act, because this week they're the closest that they've been in their trine, just minutes apart, meaning they are the Coldplay. they're not the backup singers is all I'm saying. It's potent AF, and that combination is all about breakthrough. It's all about breakdown for breakthrough. It's all about expanding your consciousness, opening your mind, shaking up routines. Okay. And this bears repeating, Pluto is out of bounds. So you might go, you Pisces might go to these depths that are really deep to heal. Okay? Because you have no fear with Pluto. He's wild, but it's going to be nice. And don't forget, Saturn and Neptune are still conjuncting. Yeah? In your 2nd and 8th, your money houses. There may be something here. Saturn's still building that new reality for you. So just remember, with this grand air trine, your transformation will likely involve some means of like bonding and socializing and networking and really going deep as well, but thinking outside the box, okay? And shaking up routines. So the other thing is that Wednesday, September 24th, here we are, Mars square Pluto, right? 1 degree. Ooh, this is strong. And it's tangled up with the Uranus trine Pluto. This has a kick to it. Mars square Pluto, out of the, gazillion aspects in astrology, Mars square Pluto is in the top 10, like most challenging. That's why we're going to spend a little bit of time here, because you are likely going to be tested spiritually. Because remember what I said, you have Pluto and Aquarius in your 12th, spiritual, right? And then you have Mars in Scorpio in your 9th, spiritual. Wisdom, inner wisdom, your belief system, how you see things, your philosophy. So it feels like there is going to be something testing you spiritually around this time. And it can be a person, by the way. Mars square Pluto has a kick to it, and wait for it. Pisces, just wait for it. You're my BFF. The moon happens to be in Scorpio this day too. So you have the moon conjunct Mars squaring Pluto in Aquarius. You can't make this up. Why is this such a big deal? Well, if you are a subscriber, you know the moon in a Scorpio, I always talk about this, has an intensity to it alone. But now you have it conjuncting Mars that really amplifies that. emotionally amplified, right? Mars is the warrior god. Pluto is a ruler of the underworld, as I said. Remember, out of bounds too. They're about to West Side Story in this square. So this can be like emotionally extreme. There can be some manipulation here because you're getting the lower expressions. There can be power struggles. You might feel a little bit of a squeeze. But Pluto, like I said, is all about what is beneath the surface. And he's in your 12th. So he's going to dig things up from your subconscious. And it's very psychological. But hear me out. Everything that's happening here, remember, you have to surrender something anyway. Okay? Old habits, structures, ways of thinking. With this grand air trine, and with your 12th and your 9th activated, because the 12th house is also self-sabotage and it's hidden enemies. So there are going to be things coming to the surface, and it could be something like maybe someone that you thought supported you actually isn't. And you're going to have to deal with that, right? Well, not deal with it, but explore that, not in an Arya Stark way, all right? We want to be Jon Snow or any other. He's the only one I remember. His buddy, okay? The guy that reads books, Gunther, whatever, right? The good ones, the ones that live. Anyway, secrets might come out is all I'm saying. All right? That's Pluto for you. And Pluto and Mars, the most powerful planets, but also the ruling planets for Scorpio. Mars, the traditional ruler, Pluto, the modern ruler. And remember, Scorpio just has an intensity to it. So it could even be things like don't bury anything in the pet cemetery is all I'm saying. Things are going to come out, but stay frosty. Be cool. You're going to be fine. Okay. Mars is definitely aggressive here, poking the bear. Things are going to come out. If they were meant to come out, let them come out, but be diplomatic. It is Libra season, and channel this energy productively. Listen, Mars is physicality. Pluto's power. Go do some, karate, kickboxing, go to your garden, plant some weird plants or something different, right? Do some capoeira. Debate team. It's Libra season. All about peace and harmony. Keep that in mind, please. Okay? So have your transformation. This is a very transformative week. We're talking caterpillar to butterfly. But diplomatically, always be the best version of yourself. Vibrate at a high frequency. And as I said in your monthly forecast, we are always the same person. But every moment we have is unrepeatable. You only live once in this reality, in this lifetime, this world, this existence, right? This 3D world. So you always want to be in the present. You always want to be in the now. That's how you connect with your authentic self and see through your lens. The way you see things are definitely going to shift this week. Okay? And it's all for you to live in the world that you want to create for yourself. Because the last day, yeah. You know what it is? So the last day of this month, y'all heard of the comet 3i Atlas? So at this point, we'll be in the Libra constellation and on its way to conjunct Mars. So the third interstellar object ever recorded, which by the way isn't true. And I talk about this in my live streams on Great Awakener, but there you go. Because you have to consider, when I talk about planetoids, I talk about asteroids, I talk about all that stuff. They do have impact on us. So let's see where that goes. Pisces, let's get started. Let's see what's going on for you for the season finale of September. The September 21st to the end of the month. Pisces. Sun, moon, and rising. All right. Oh, Pisces. And I want to thank you. Again, I really am. Thank you so much. I have so much gratitude. I have still going through health issues. So thank you for being patient and really kind, and all your comments. They keep me going. So I really do appreciate it. And as you know, Ruby's going through health issues as well. So, and we do it. It's an echocardiograph or something. We got to do one of those. That's in a few days. So anyway, I think it is. Well, I can't see. I got to put my glasses back on. Anyway, I do a traditional cultic cross spread, offers the best overview. If we need to pull clarifiers, you know we will. And you know I love you. All right, so Pisces. Oh, yeah. This is going to be whoa. There's some changes coming up. All right. Let me put on my let me look smart glasses. I actually don't even like these that much. But anyway, you got the double. What did I say? You gotta release. You gotta let things go. What did I say? Right? There you go. Here's the thing. When I told you partnerships and relationships might be a big theme for you. Yeah. You see the two people from the Lovers card, right? Chained to the devil. So there is an element of like, there can be something there. Is there a relationship, a partnership, love, work, friendship, actually, too. This card is Capricorn. Yeah. Capricorn rules your 11th house of friendships, communities, things like that. What has got to go? Okay. You got to break free. This is a week. Remember, the cluster of aspects happen in the first 4 days, and then no aspects for the rest of the month. You know that the first week is going to be big, but there you go. So ask yourself, what is it? Remember, I said a lot of things are happening up here for you this week, right? The devil is also pessimistic thinking. So if you're in a place where you're like, oh, I'll never be in a relationship, I'll never fall in love. No, that's you creating a reality for yourself that you're putting this low energy frequency on this path. No. That's what I'm saying. Everything's got to go for this new life, this new world. If you're in a relationship, if there's, it could be a toxic boss. What has got to go? Okay. You got to ask yourself that. This card is all about addictions as well and obsessions. Mars and Scorpio. Yeah. So keep that in mind. But pessimistic thinking, a big thing that's coming through. It could be the way that you're seeing certain relationships as well. But you got to trust your intuition. You got to break free. Okay? That really is. He's more of like an energy vampire. But you have to, you can't be afraid to go deep and figure out what it is for yourself. And when you do that, you're going to be finding the King of Cups. This is someone who has so much compassion and empathy and gratitude. And, oh, he leads with his heart. He has so much love to give. He does what his heart desires. But at the end of the day, he has that self-love. He's the rock for other people. In fact, look at his throne. It's on top of water. It didn't matter, right? He's the King of Cups. Nothing's going to knock him off that throne. That's how stable he is emotionally. But there is a lot of like, once you surrender, let go of whatever is here, it brings you back into who you are, even intuitively. You know, your 12th and your 9th really being activated, that does have an impact on you this week. Okay. Very spiritual piece too, on a more like intuitive level. Ace of Wands. Ooh, air challenge area. Okay. So it does look like there is something that you really, 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 really want. Two things here. It's the Ace of Wands, new opportunity, especially when it comes to jobs and career and whatnot. So there may have to be something worked out here first, okay, for that to come through. And you have to ask yourself if you actually really want it. Remember, Neptune, your ruler, is going to be a thing. Being real with yourself. Secondly, there may have been something that you did start, and now you're asking yourself, okay, is this like, in a good way, bad way, however you want to perceive it, whatever it is, stay focused on it. This is with the new moon solar eclipse in Virgo. You have to know what you want because it's happening with the equinox, with Mars moving into Scorpio, with all that 12 energy. So keep that in mind. And if there's something that you want that you haven't gotten yet, again, it just feels like there's something here where, well, I'm gonna clarify something before I get there. I want to see something, but you got the Page of Swords, so yeah, perfect. That's what I'm talking about. Seeing things in new ways, in fresh new ways. This is a Page of Swords with enthusiasm. And there is an element of you wanting to say something here. You have that Ten of Pentacles in the root of your spread. Amazing. Amazing. This card is attributed to Mars and Virgo, which we just had, but it's a Virgo card. And so you see the pentacles falling from the heavens in the form of the tree of life. This is coming into your physical realm. So a lot of it's money. And well, you got money stuff, as I said. And it's also family. Generations of family here at the core of it, like really bonding. But having this appreciation and recognition of like living in a 3D world, appreciating the thing that you have. Yeah. Like I said, like family and home, that's going to be a big theme for you for the last 2 weeks. But you see the harvest is still here. You see the big castle. There's so much happening in this card that just know that this is a card of success. Like you made it. It's a 10 when 0 was 1. So there is this ending for this new beginning. You have that here with the Page of Swords, even with that Ace of Wands too. Is there something that has to go, right? That's not working out. Okay. And there's an element of, well, you see what's happening here. I like that you got, well, you got everything. You got cups, you got swords, you got wands, you got pentacles, but that, okay? That's what I'm saying. There is a disconnect with that King of Cups in the heart of your spread. And then you have this Eight of Swords in your future. So this is heart, this is mind, okay? But what I say about that balance, mind, body, spirit, bring it all together. Eight of Swords in your future. Is there something with home and family that's still going on? There may be, okay? Your domestic sector. Whether it is or not, you've got to, what did I say? Are you being real with yourself? You've got to face something, okay? You have to face something here and not ignore it and take off that blindfold. I mean, do it at you hear the church bells. Do it at your comfort level, but just know her feet are free. She can walk out anytime she wants. She's not completely bound by the swords. Swords are up here. It's a mental suit. So we call this the self-victim card, right? Prisoner of her thoughts. There's got to be something that you're going to have to face. And where it just seems like there's something here where it's like, yes, I got rid of that. Things are great on this new journey, but then going back to something or something so new to you, you just don't know how to handle it. These church bells are really getting me because I'm getting emotional. I'll clarify that for you. The Eight of Swords. There you have the Nine of Wands. You're going to have, okay. Something may happen circumstantially where you really have to go within, okay? And you have to ask yourself, have I really let everything go that I was supposed to? All right? I feel like someone else is involved here too. Let me just see something else. So you see, it's like three steps you have to take. Okay? Being honest with yourself and feeling strong, not giving up, but also at the same time recognizing, am I holding on to something that I do need to give up? Is that why I'm just like, because look at what's on the other side of that. You have the King of Pentacles, which is, he's the richest king. And it's all about wealth. You have a lot of like this, your material world, like home and family. I say it's a big thing for you. You have that, the Ten of Pentacles. You have the King of Pentacles. You see how big his castle is, right? He's integrated into his harvest. His robe is like, you can't even distinguish it. He's like immersed in his wealth. And it's not just financial. It's everything. It's everything. Look at his hand on top of the pentacle. That's ownership. That's confidence. So there's something here. As long as you work with that energy, you're good. You're good. Yeah. He holds a golden scepter. Anything he touches turns to gold. You can have it all. You just have to believe it. Okay? Because there may be something here where something just goes a little sideways. It's very possible with that Ace of Wands here, but that shouldn't take you off your track. All right? Let's get to your stuff. Pisces, y'all are my favorites. What's my line? If you like this reading, it'd be great if you like, subscribe, leave comments. But I got you. I'm getting your readings. I'm getting your readings in. I need to let you know what's happening. All right. So, yeah, you know, I love you. You know, I love you. Know, come on. I'm always going to show off my Pisces tattoo. Yo, you're good. You're good. You're going to have a moment for sure. You're going to have a moment. Okay, so here's your Five of Swords. Here's your Mars square Pluto moment. All right, so rise above it. Okay, rise above it. At the end of the day, this card is all about self-respect. It's all about self-dignity. You remember what I said. You have Neptune, your ruler, in Aries in opposition to the sun. That's in your 8th house. That's part of your transformation. There's something that you have to learn this week about self-worth and self-value as well. Okay? You see how much you grow when you do that, when you work with that energy. And so, do you need the swords? Do you need them? Do you need to have this with other people, even if they're the ones that are bear pokey? No. We're in Libra season. And you also have the Wheel of Fortune. You're going to be fine. You're going to be good. There's something here that's really changing your world. And you know that. Like, if I wasn't, like, feeling unwell, I would be a lot more enthusiastic. I'll do it. I'll give you a sticker. But that's the thing. I'll give you Will Ferrell. All right? There you go. You happy? So, you're good, AF. You got the Wheel of Fortune in your external factors area. It's like the universe saying, oh, hey, Pisces, we got you. Yeah, we got you. We see what you're going through. You just work with your karmic journey. I'll take care of you, because this card is associated with karma and Jupiter, by the way. So Jupiter, your traditional ruler, Jupiter, the planet of good fortune, luck, all of that expansion, but it's a Wheel of Fortune. We have a new moon solar eclipse in Virgo. Okay. Remember, Saturn's active. The karmic node of fate's active, heavily associated with karma. And so I'm actually getting whatever this is. There's your test. Okay. As long as you pass your test, you got that. You got taken on this fated new path. This is a huge jackpot moment for you. Yeah, you're on a brand new journey. And by the way, remember, we were talking about like all the themes of death and rebirth and reset and new beginnings. Well, Wheel of Fortune is a 10. 1 0 equals 1. There's your new beginning. And then you have the 6 of Wands. Great. That's what you want. Rising above the noise, any, energy where it's like not worth your time. But this is success and victory and eminence, recognition for all that inspired action that you took. And that horse, this is a procession. That horse is still going. All right. So it's many more to come. And then you have the Chariot. You're good. You're really good. What I love about this is that you have the Wheel of Fortune and you have the Chariot. The Wheel of Fortune, like I said, attributed to Jupiter. Chariot attributed to Cancer, right? And Jupiter is in Cancer, exalted in Cancer, still trying the North Node in your sign, loosely, but still there. Yeah. And the Chariot, Juliet, Jupiter in Cancer is your 5th house. So that would be fun and pleasure and joy and family and children and, true love and romance and creative projects. And I love that. I absolutely love that. This is all about willpower. And you see the 2 Sphinxes here. Yeah. You see the Sphinx sitting on top of the wheel. So there is that sense of mystery that I was talking about. It's even with Scorpio energy, even with that 8th house energy. Yeah, Libra season, all the next 4 weeks for you, even with that the grand air trine with Libra involved, Sun in Libra, your 8th house, that depth, there's mystery. This is saying whatever doors open for you, whatever fated path you go on, yeah, you may not know. You may not know which direction. There may be a sense of mystery around it, but at least you're going, okay? At least you're going. This is someone who's he's not going back. He's moving forward, okay? And you do see the 2 Sphinxes. Didn't matter which direction they go. You're in control, right? You're in control. You can stay at that high frequency and stay on that timeline that you deserve. Pisces, thanks so much. Next week, we will, what are we doing next week? October. We're doing October. It looks like a lot of y'all are going to have some new partnership, by the way. We do have a new moon in Libra next month. But anyway, we'll talk about it next week. And then your second spread. Yeah, we'll talk about that too. We're going to do a spread just on the new moon solar eclipse in Virgo alone. It's a big one. It's a big one. I want to see what's going on with you. I mean, partnerships, contracts, all of that. Love, marriage, all of that. You actually also, by the way, a lot of y'all maybe have a lot of y'all may have like a second marriage. Okay. And well, let me let you go. Okay. So, if you like this reading, it'd be great if you'd like, subscribe, leave comments, tell me what's going on. And tier 3 members, you know where to find the link. Anyone's welcome to join. We have a lot of fun. We have a lot of fun. Really good and legendary members. Y'all crack me up. Okay, so y'all, thanks so much, Pisces. I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.